Everyone is always talking about how hard being a solo parent is. They talking about how exhausting it is, how tiring it is. They don't get no sleep at night, and how they're always running on empty. But guess what? Today, I'm gonna talk about the good parts of solo parenting. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Simone, and you're sipping with Simone. So I solo parent one kid, and to be quite honest, it is a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, oh, it's easy and I get it all done. I get it all done, but it's not easy. So I feel like I'm always tired in a way that is exhaustion, right? Because I'm always ripping and running. My child, he has a very active social life, so we're always here, we're always there. Event, church, relative, house, swimming, Cub Scouts, another one, school, another one. I'm there for every fever, every school drop off. If he has to get picked up early, last year he broke his arm at school. I had to leave and go get him and take him to the ER. But like I said earlier, that is the hard part. Let's talk about the easy part, the part of solo parenting that I actually enjoy. I get to make every single decision for my son. There's no negotiating. I know people talk about parallel parenting. I ain't gotta deal with that. If I say I want to take my child to, they just opened up like a new Universal Kids thing in Dallas. If I decide, hey, I want to take him to Dallas this weekend, I could do that. I ain't gotta call up nobody. I ain't gotta fuss with nobody. Everything I want to do is on me. If I want him to have like a certain haircut, I don't have to discuss it with anybody. And frankly, I don't really like discussing decisions that I make for my child with anybody else, just because, you know, sometimes you do have different ways of parenting, and it can make things very, very difficult, even on the smallest level of things. How much screen time can he get? Should he watch TV? When should he do his homework? Like, I'm so glad I don't have to negotiate that with anybody. The second part, I kind of alluded to this in my first point, but I don't have to manage an adult's emotions. Um, my son is 5, almost 6. I've been solo parenting since he was 2. But before that, when I was dealing with his dad, it was always a fight. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about how this person is going to react. I don't need to be walking around eggshells, you know? So I'm just so grateful that I don't have to deal with that. And for any of you parents that are dealing with that, I would like to know, like, what do you do about it? Is parallel parenting helping with that? Because I tried, and honestly, it did not work. But by the grace of God, and I'm not saying this like, oh, I like solo parenting and I like being in control. But when it comes down to the safety and well being of my child, if I can provide that, then that's what it should be. Because as a mom raising a son, number one, I don't want him to become shiftless, right? Lazy, a bum. I don't want him doing these types of things that will lead him to become a menace of society. So when I'm not parallel parenting, I'm able to kind of, back to the first point, make decisions as I see fit, discipline as I see fit, and I don't have to. It's not up for negotiation with somebody else. It's just me, 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 me. Third point, I have the freedom to decide. Y'all, I love this so much. Like I said earlier, if I want to just get up, take my son somewhere, we can do that. I don't have to look at his schedule. Well, I do have to look at his schedule, his calendar, because he is involved in lots of things, but I don't have to look at his schedule and be like, this is his dad weekend. Or what time do I need to be back home so his dad can come pick him up? I ain't gotta do that. We can go on a whole day trip. Now, typically, if like we go somewhere, say for example, we go to Galveston, we'll go there for the whole weekend because I'm not driving like an hour to Galveston, staying there to play and driving back. I don't like driving around Houston. That's a known fact about me. And I'm glad that as a solo parent, I do have the freedom to, just do that. My last point is I have peace. Peace is priceless. Like I said, I don't argue with nobody. I decide everything. And I think peace is a gift because I solo parent, so it's kind of rough. But I know I'm doing a good job because my kid is happy. He's semi-healthy because the boy right now, he only want to eat chicken nuggets and fries, but that's a different story. But he's fun, he's loving, he's caring, he's smart. And you know why that is? Because I'm not really stressed. I'm not arguing. I'm just, doing things as I see fit, right? So yeah, I am tired. I am sleepy. I don't get my weekends to roam around the city like I used to do. But guess what? I don't gotta argue with nobody. I don't have to parallel parent with anyone. I don't have to go off on anybody. And for, doing something outside of my wishes or doing something like, even for example, cutting my child's hair without talking to me about it, because I have a set barber for him. His barber does a fantastic job. But yeah, I'm happy, tired, sleepy, but free to kind of just, solo parent the way I want to. If you are like in the midst of solo parenting, I promise you, it does get easier. Like as your child gets older, they are more independent. They can do things for themselves. My son, he can't fix his own chicken nuggets, but he can heat them up in the microwave. He can pour his own juice, dress himself. So that makes things easier for me. Like if we're getting dressed for school, and I promise you, it does get better. All you need to do is hang in there. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Drop a comment below. Let me know, are you solo parenting? Are you not? What are things that you like about solo parenting? Did this video help give you a new perspective? And yeah, let me know, because I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.